Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Matt Thompson coming to you from TSAC Annual Training here in San Diego. Got Jeff Nichols with me here from Virginia High Performance. And Jeff, we're talking a little bit about sleep. I know you're talking about recovery here at TSAC. Just tell us a little bit about the importance of sleep and what you found in your career and what you think others can apply.
Right. I think the big thing that I want to get across to everyone, like, obviously we hear it all the time. We need to sleep. We need to sleep. But I like to put that in context a little bit more. And what I mean is, we spend so much time training. Right? Especially in the tactical population, we lose a lot of athletes because most of the tactical athletes are very successful in what they do. So if we come at them and say, hey, we need to change the way you're training, we need to change the way you're eating, you tend to lose them. But what we end up want to do, instead of saying change, we want to enhance. And one of the best ways that we have found, in my experience, is that enhancing them means let's talk about something that they don't necessarily have a stigma about. Because most people in the tactical population are having a hard time sleeping. So if we can grab that individual, that tactical athlete, and say, hey, I can help you sleep. And so, people tend to overcomplicate it, right? They're always selling elixirs or this new pillow or this new this or new that. And what we have also found is that we just want to simplify it. And it's a pretty simple step-by-step process in my mind. Now, I say simple. Simple doesn't mean that it doesn't take a lot of work. Just as like we put a lot of effort and a lot of time in training and training hard and training well and being concise with our training and our programming, we have to start that way with our sleep. If we want to sleep and we're having a hard time with it, we need to put the work in. And some really simple step-by-step processes that we have found is we want to create a routine. It sounds a lot like a training program, but let's create a routine. Like let's look at how the bedroom is laid out. Let's make sure that it's not providing stimulus that's keeping us awake. So light, noise, temperature, those are all things that can keep a person awake, especially when they're in a high stress, high sport environment where the nervous system is still a little, it's quite frankly already kind of pegged out. There's a lot of white noise going on. We want to bring that white noise down because one of the real commonalities we find in the tactical world with these people, they say, I just can't turn my brain off. I can't clear my mind. I can't get my thoughts out. So if we create a process that begins to step by step get that white noise, that volume to turn down, then we find a lot of success. And again, just kind of a step-by-step process. We would keep the room cool step, right? So what does that mean? I like to keep my room, and I suggest people keep it just below 68 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Get it as dark as you can. Okay, that's the next thing. We don't want a lot of stimulus. Okay, some things we can't avoid, like planes and helicopters and cars driving by. But if that's your house, you typically get acclimated to those noises, and they're not too much of a disturbance. But black your room out. Keep your phone away from you. Right? Don't have it right next to your pillow or right next to your nightstand. A lot of people use them as alarm clocks. Keep it outside of reach. So even if you keep it out of reach, that distraction tends to go down because they're like, well, I'm just not going to get up to go get it. So keep the phone away. Try to avoid stimulants past a certain point in time. And if there is something that is particularly relaxing to that individual, we want to have that conversation with our tactical athlete. For me, it was I acclimated myself to a scent that I enjoyed. I like eucalyptus. I like having a warm shower. And also what those sort of things do, or what we call it sleep hygiene or sanitizing your sleep environment. There's actually it takes a little bit of time, not a lot of time, it doesn't take an hour to do these things, but it takes a little bit of time to prep these things. And that preparatory process creates a little bit of time, lets the brain, that white noise come down, and then you start applying things in your life that you may already be doing. Some people may already shower before they go to bed. Some people, like for me, I use the scent. It's a conditioned response. Instead of me reading before I go to bed, I tend to use scent to help me come down. So it's really simple stuff. It's super powerful, but I will say it only will work if we're vigilant about it, if we're consistent, and we work at it. And then again, the last piece I will say is that the big question is, well, that's not very sustainable really, or sometimes it's not. Well, the thing is the tactical community travels an awful lot. So when you have a chance to be at home and work through these processes, when you do deploy or you're gone for training, if you begin to implement pieces of that that still exist in your home life, then that familiarity, it's like traveling with your favorite pillow.
Right.
Right. So, you know, it's not crazy stuff. It's not drink this and do this and do this. Now, some people may need some pretty complex breathing exercises and certain other things at times when the stress is really high. But if we come at somebody with tactical community with a very complex addition to their already busy lifestyle or hectic lifestyle or stressful lifestyle, we typically lose that person. So keep it simple, keep it concise, make sure it has longevity, okay, and continue to evaluate.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed listening to Jeff. Check out nsca.com. There should be a link below the video for more information on sleep for athletic performance.